101 Productions invites you to take your seat in the stalls with John Gatins for the very best music from stage and screen.
Welcome to another edition of Your Seat in the Stalls, the very best music from stage and screen. We've got all the usual features for you. The James Bond theme, Composer's Corner, the #1 film soundtrack, and the triple tracks. So let's get the show started.
Her name was Lola, she was a showgirl with yellow feathers in her hair and a dress cut down her there. She would merengue and do the cha-cha, and while she tried to be a star, Tony always tended bar across the crowded floor. They worked from 8 till 4, they were young and they had each other. Who could ask for more at the Copacabana? The hottest spot north of Havana, at the Copacabana. Music and passion were always the fashion at the Copa. They fell in love. His name was Rico, he wore a diamond. He was escorted to his chair. He saw Lola dancing there, and when she finished, he called her over. But Rico went a bit too far. Tony sailed across the bar, and then the punches flew, and chairs were smashed in two. There was blood and a single gunshot, but just who shot who at the Copacabana? The hottest spot north of Havana, at the Copacabana. Music and passion were always the fashion at the Copa. She lost her love. Her name is Lola, she was a showgirl, but that was 30 years ago when they used to have a show. Now it's a disco, but not for Lola. Still in the dress she used to wear, faded feathers in her hair. She sits there so refined and drinks herself half blind. She lost her youth and she lost her Tony. Now she's lost her mind at the Copacabana. The hottest spot north of Havana, at the Copacabana. Music and passion were always the fashion at the Copa. Don't fall in love. Don't fall in love. Copacabana.
What a great way to start the programme. Thank you very much for joining me on another edition of Your Seat in the Stalls, the very best music from stage and screen. And that, as I said, of course, was Barry Manilow in Copacabana. And this is Dooley Wilson from Casablanca.
You must remember this, A kiss is just a kiss, a sigh is just a sigh. The fundamental things apply as time goes by. And when two lovers woo, they still say I love you. On that you can rely. No matter what the future brings as time goes by. Moonlight and love songs never out of date. Hearts full of passion, jealousy and hate. Woman need man, and man must have his mate. That no one can deny. It's still the same old story, a fight for love and glory, a case of do or die. The world will always welcome lovers as time goes by. And love songs never out of date. Hearts full of passion, jealousy and hate. Woman needs man, and man must have his mate. That no one can deny. It's still the same old story, a fight for love and glory, a case of do or die. The world will always welcome lovers as time goes by.
Julie Wilson, as time goes by, from Casablanca, and of course he played the part of Sam with Humphrey Bogart, and you played it for her, you play it for me. Play it, Sam, play it.
From your seat in the stalls, it's time for this week's James Bond theme.
I know how to hurt. can't have it all, and nobody will. The world is not enough, but it is such a perfect place to start my love. And if you're strong enough, together we can take the world apart, my love. I feel sick, I feel scared, I feel ready, and yet I'm prepared. The world is not enough, but it is such a perfect place to start my love. And if you're strong enough, together we can take the world apart, my love. The world is not enough. The world is not enough. Don't go nowhere near enough. The world is not enough.
From the 1999 James Bond film, The World Is Not Enough. That is the title track, performed by Garbage. And we've got all the usual features in the programme today. We've got Composer's Corner, we've got the #1 film soundtrack, and of course we've got the triple tracks. All coming up in the future.
Who knows what tomorrow brings? In a world few hearts survive.
All I know is the way I feel. When it's real, I keep it alive. The road is long. There are mountains in our way, but we climb a stair every day. The lift is up where we belong, where the eagles cry on the mountain high. The lift is up where we belong, far from the world below, up where the clear winds blow. Some hang on to used to be, live their lives looking behind.
All we have is here and now. All our lives are there to find.
The road is long. There are mountains in our way, but we climb a step every day. Love lifts us up where we belong, where the eagles cry on a mountain high. Love lifts us up where we belong, far from the world we know, where the clear winds blow. Time goes by, just you and I alive. Baby, love lifts us up where we belong, where the eagles cry on a mountain high. Love lifts us up where we belong, up in the wild we know, where the clear winds blow. Love lifts us up where we belong, where the eagles cry on a mountain high.
From an officer and a gentleman, that is Joe Cocker and Jennifer Warrington, Up Where We Belong.
The show is available on Amazon, Google, and Spotify podcasts, on Spreaker.com, and on Facebook and Twitter. Previous editions are still available.
The summer sun is fading as the year grows on, and darker days are drawing near. The winter winds will be much colder. Now you're not here. I'll watch the birds fly south across the autumn sky, and one by one they disappear. I wish that I was flying with them. Now you're not here. Like the sun through the trees, you came to love me. Like a leaf on a breeze, you blew away. Through autumn's golden gown, we used to pick our way. You always love this time of year. Those fallen leaves lie undisturbed now, 'cause you're not here. 'Cause you're not here. 'Cause you're not here. Some through the trees, you came to love me. Like a leaf on a breeze, you blew away. A gentle rain falls softly on my weary eyes, as if to hide a lonely tear. My life will be forever autumn, 'cause you're not here. 'Cause you're not here. 'Cause you're not here.
Justin Hayward, Forever Autumn from War of the Worlds.
From your seat in the stalls, it's time for this week's Composer's Corner.
Composers Corner this week featured the work of Alan Silvestri, born in New York in 1950. First of all, from Who Framed Roger Rabbit, you heard Jessica's theme, and they're the main theme from Back to the Future.
You can email the show at johnInStudio101@mail.com or message and phone on 07883854656.
Still to come in tonight's Your Seat in the Stalls, we have the #1 film soundtrack and the triple tracks.
Open your eyes and see what we have made.
On this week's edition of Your Seat in the Stalls, we're into the second half of the programme, and we started off there with Olivia Newton-John and the title track from Xanadu.
Once in your life you find her, someone who turns your heart around, and next thing you know, you're closing down the town. Wake up and it's still with you, even though you left her way across town. Wondering to yourself, hey, what have I found? Wish I could go between the moon and New York City. I know it's crazy, but it's
the film Arthur, starring Dudley Moore. That is Christopher Cross and Arthur's theme.
From your seat in the stalls, this is the number one film soundtrack.
I'm not afraid of anything in this world. There's nothing you can throw at me that I haven't already heard. I'm just trying to find a decent melody, a song that I can sing in my own company. I never thought you were a fool, but darling, look at you. You gotta stand up straight and carry your own weight. These tears are going nowhere, babe. You got to get yourself together. You got stuck in a moment. Now you can't get out of it. Oh, love, look at you now. You got yourself stuck in a moment. Now you can't get out of it. I will not forsake the colors that you bring. The nights you filled with fireworks, they left you with nothing. I'm still enchanted by the light you brought to me. I listen through your ears, through your eyes I can see. And you are such a fool to worry like you do. Oh, I know it's tough, and you can never get enough of what you don't really need now. My, oh my, you've got to get yourself together. You got stuck in a moment, and you can't get out of it. Oh love, look at you now. You got yourself stuck in a moment, and you can't get out of it. I was unconscious, half asleep. The water is warm till you discover how deep. Jumping, for me it was a fall. It's a long way down to nothing at all. You've got to get yourself together. You got stuck in a moment, and you can't get out of it. Don't say that later will be better. Now you're stuck in a moment, and you can't get out of it.
The number one film soundtrack for this week from Sing 2, that Scarlett Johansson, and Stuck in a Moment You Can't Get Out Of, which originally, of course, was done by U2, and that's a very interesting version, I think.
Lying on the sand, watching seabirds fly, wishing there would be someone waiting home for me. wondering how they met and what makes it last. If I found the place, would I recognize the face? Something's telling me it might be you. Yeah, it's telling me it might be you. So many quiet walks to take, so many dreams to wake, and we've so much love to make. I think we're gonna need some time. Maybe all we need is time. And it's telling me it might be you all of my life. I've been saving love songs and lullabies, and there's so much more no one's ever heard before. Something's telling me it might be you. Yeah, it's telling me it must be you. And I'm feeling it'll just be you all of my life. It's you, it's you. I've been waiting for all of my life. Maybe it's you, it's you. Maybe it's you, it's you. I've been waiting for all of my life. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's you. I've been waiting for all of it's you.
From the film Tootsie, that is Stephen Bishop, and It Might Be You.
John Gatons plays the best music from stage and screen on your seat in the
Your
stalls.
Majesty, I have a confession. My secret I must now betray. I was not a born fool. It took work to get this way. When I was a lad, I was gloomy and sad as I was from the day I was born. When other lads giggled and gurgled and wiggled, I proudly was loudly forlorn. My friends and my family looked at me clammily, thought there was something amiss. When others found various antics hilarious, all I could manage was this. Oh, this. My father, he shouted, he needs to be clouded, his teeth on a wreath I'll hand him. My mother, she cried as she rushed to my side, you're a brute and you don't understand him. So they sent for a witch with a terrible twitch to ask how my future impressed her. She took one look at me and cried, he? What else could he be but a jester? A jester? A jester? A funny idea, a jester. No butcher, no baker, no candlestick maker, and me with the look of a fine undertaker impressed her. As a jester? Now where could I learn any comical turn? It was not in a book on the shelf. No teacher to take me, to mold me and make me a merry man, fool or an elf. But I'm proud to recall that in no time at all, with no other recourses but my own resources, with firm application and determination, I made a fool of myself. I bought a little gun, I learned to shoot. I bought a little horn, I learned to toot. Now I can shoot and toot, ain't that cute? I started to travel to try to unravel my mind and to find a new chance. When I got to Spain, it was suddenly plain that the field that appeared was the dance. The Spanish were clannish, but I wouldn't vanish. I learned every step they had planned. The first step of all isn't hard to recall, 'cause the first step of all is to stand. And stand. And stand, and stand, and stand, and stand, and... They sometimes stand this way for days. Then they get very mad at the floor and start to stamp on it. After all of my practice, the terrible fact is, I made a fool of myself. I sadly decided that dancing as I did to sing was a thing that was surer. I found me a teacher, a crotchety creature who used to sing coloratura. She twisted my chin, pushed my diaphragm in with a poker. She vocalized me when she said it was best that I throw out my chest. You may gather that rather surprised me. I was on solid ground till I suddenly found that in Venice I was to appear. The gala locale was a choppy canal and me a high-sea gondolier. I nervously purchased the gondola lurch before the king's palazzo. As I started my song, my voice it was strong, but my stomach, I fear, was not so. No sole mio. Oh, sole. Help! When I fell overboard, how His Majesty roared, and before a siesta he made me his jester, and I found out soon that to be a buffoon was a serious thing as a rule. For a jester's chief employment is to kill himself for your enjoyment, and a jester unemployed is nobody's fool.
From the Court Jester, that is Danny Kaye and the Maladjusted Jester. And I have to say, that is one of the funniest films I have ever seen. If you get a chance to see it, then please do that. As I say, Danny Kaye in the Court Jester.
From your seat in the stalls, it's time for this week's Triple Tracks.
You're listening to Your Seat in the Stalls with John Gatons.
Guess I know the city like a lover. Good or bad, it's hard to love another that I find. This is no mean town, no mean city. When I'm far away, I long to see you. In my mind, I know you'll always be around. This is no mean town, no mean city. City life is strange. You take a share of the good times and bad times. Always something playing on your mind. It's the only place that I would be willing to die for. It's the only life I've ever seen. Night and day she feeds me like a mother. Good or bad, it's hard to love another that I find. This is no mean town, no mean city. Yes, I know the city like a lover. Good or bad, it's hard to love another that I find. This is no mean town, no mean city. City life is strange. You take your share of the good times and bad times. Always something praying on your mind. It's the only place that I would be willing to die for. It's the only life I've ever seen. This town is so mean. No mean city, no mean city.
This week's Triple Tracks featured Scottish police and crime dramas. We started off with the theme from Hamish Macbeth, which of course starred Robert Carlyle, and then we heard the main theme from Rebus, from the Ian Rankin novels, which started the first series. The title of Rebus was played by John Hannah, and then in subsequent series Ken Stott took over the lead role. And of course, finally, we heard Maggie Bell with No Mean City, which was the theme from Taggart. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's show and can join me again next week for another edition of Your Seat in the Stalls. In the meantime, I'll leave you with Husavik, My Hometown, from Molly Sandon and Will Ferrell, from The Story of Firestarter.
This great big world before me, but it's all for someone else. I've tried and tried again to to let you know just where my heart is, to tell the truth and not pretend. All I needed was to get away, just to realize that I was meant to stay. Where the mountains sing through the screams of seagulls, where the whales can't live 'cause they're gentle people. In my hometown, my hometown. I thought I made it clear, do I have to say it? It was always there, we just didn't see it. All I need is you and me in my home. Rammet fier, bet fier. I hus og vikvett skalverna I heim. Ma beir min. You want the world, all the neon lights and billboards, to be seen and to be heard. And I followed you, but now I know what makes me happy, and I can tell you feel it too. Where the mountains sing through the screams of seagulls, where the whales can't live 'cause they're gentle people. In my hometown, my hometown. Where the northern lights burst out in colors, and the magic nights surpass all others. And ein av sem ég þrái at ver. Rammet fier, bet fier. Hus og vikvett skalverna, my home, my hometown.
Your Seat in the Stalls is a 101 production.